We're a nation of scaredy-cats. Too many bills to pay and not enough money. I'm Susan Diamond, publisher of Prayables.com, an online prayer community for women of all faiths. My video blog today is called Letting Go of Resentment and Fear. I say we're a nation of scaredy-cats because people are fearful of how a bad economy will hurt them. That's the reality many people are living with today. More families are worried about losing their homes and their health care and facing a future that looks pretty bleak. This fear is spreading. Is the media reporting on the fear that people are feeling, or is the media causing it? Robert Reich was in town recently. He's the former U.S. Secretary of Labor and a professor at University of California, Berkeley. He is one smart dude. And if you've never had the chance to hear Robert Reich talk about the economy, I strongly suggest you do. There's a real good link to a video of his on Prayables.com. Just search for Reich, R-E-I-C-H. He's a great public speaker, and he wrote a new book called Afterschock that explains macroeconomics in clear and simple language. He tells the story of how his rational explanations became a problem for a certain TV producer. Reich was on a news talk show debating the pros and cons of the Bush tax cuts. He says it was a good give and take with a conservative colleague. During the commercial, he sat back thinking how well the spot was going when he heard a voice in his earbud. "You need to sound angry." And he answered the producer, "But I'm not angry. We're having a very good conversation." Good is not good enough. If you don't get angry, the channel surfers won't stop to watch. Angry makes for good television. It was then that he got really angry at the producer. Ratings aside, we all know that it does no good to get angry. Eileen Epperson was on Prayables Radio recently, and she's an expert on the topic of anger and forgiveness. And Eileen talks about a simple solution to a very complex emotion. Let go of the resentment. Keep your anger if you need to, but don't allow resentment to come to the party. So if we take this very wise advice and we apply it to how we feel about this crappy economy, it's possible that we can still hold on to our outrage over the predicament and take advantage of the opportunities that it brings. Let's just say your hours were cut at your job and your pay is reduced, and that's pretty bad. There are consequences to making less money, and that means that something's got to give. But you're not willing to be poorer. You don't want to reduce your standard of living. You resent the fact that all is not going as planned. Wah, wah, wah. When you're done crying, what do you have? You have more hours to do what you've always wished you had time for. Maybe shopping was your hobby of choice before, but now it has to be something like taking long walks, or reading a book, or volunteering. Can we as a nation of privilege revive the economy without resorting to overspending again? If we're not bowing to the housing start gods, new car czars, and electronic gadget gurus, can businesses prosper? I asked Robert Reich that question. He thought for a minute, and then he said yes. Consumer spending doesn't need to be about things. It can be about services that benefit more people. We can find a way to bridge the wealth gap that leaves 99% of the population without enough income to spend. It's time for a do-over in values. And we can't leave it up to politicians to legislate the change. I can't think of a better time to partner with a higher power. Ask God for the clarity of vision to recognize the resentment you're holding on to. Ask God for the strength to put an end to useless fear. And thank God for challenges that enable us to live better lives. And now, a prayer from Prayables.com called Fear. I believe love conquers all, but today I'm full of fear and anxiety. I feel like the most overlooked woman in the world. Help me to know your courageous love. Remove this fear from me so that I may accomplish your will. Live in me, speak to me, rescue me. Today, won't you deliver me with love?